Okay, so in this lesson we're going to look at the beginner's boogie. We've learned how to play clean notes, we've learned how to put notes together and use different fingers on the left hand, and now we're going to put all that together in a sort of musically meaningful way. So the beginner's boogie is a typical sort of instrumental, blues-based instrumental. And it really sounds best when you play it either with somebody else playing some chords behind it, or, as I'm going to show you now, against a backing track. Okay, so we're going to learn to read this straight from the tablature. So you'll see coming up on your screen now the tablature for the whole of the tune. But to begin with, we need to just focus in on the very first bar. Okay, and you'll see here we're on the A string, and we've got 0, 0, 3, 5. So we can see on the A string we need to be playing the notes at 0, 0, 3, 5. That's open, open, 3rd fret, 5th fret. So our hand needs to be aligned here, 1 finger per fret. First finger lined up with the 3rd fret, 3rd finger lined up with the 5th fret. And the lick will then sound like this: open, open, 3, 5. So the idea is, you look at that, you just make sure you're playing the right sequence of notes. Start real slow. Once you're sure you've got it, gradually speed it up. Then once you've got that, move to the next bar. So you can see we're still on the A string, but this time the instruction is to play open, open, 5, 4. Open, open, 5th fret, 4th fret, all on the A string. So again, repeat the phrase as often as necessary to feel that you've got it. And the next step is to put both those phrases together. So the first phrase, second phrase. Look at the next 2 bars and we can see that they're an exact duplicate of the first 2 bars. It's just a repeat. Music often repeats patterns, so often once you've learnt the first phrase or 2 in a song, you're kind of halfway there through learning the whole thing. So what we want to do here is just repeat this phrase a few times, making sure we keep good timing, keep good rhythm between the repeats. Something like... Once we can link those 2 phrases together nice and rhythmically, nice and smoothly, we're ready to move on to the next line. So let's look at the first 2 bars of the second line. And here we can see we've got the same pattern that we've just been playing, but on the D string. So this sounds like this. And then if we look at the next two bars, we can see the same pattern as we started out with back on the A string. So now I'm going to play through the first two lines. Have a go at playing along with me. If you find that nice and easy, then by all means move on. But if not, don't be afraid to spend a few minutes just going over it and getting it up to speed. You can pause the video and have a little practice until you can play it at this speed. So I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do the last line. Things get a little bit trickier here, it jumps around a bit. Look at bar 9. So this is the same pattern as the opening phrase, but this time on the 6th string. This sounds like this. And then immediately jumps to the D string where we play the second pattern. So that's so we need to practice those two bars, bars 9 and 10, perhaps a bit more than most. It's a little trickier. Then finally back to the last two bars, which are the same as the first two. Back on the A string. Like that. Okay, so that's been over each individual part of the tune. Now it's time to put it all together. So see if you can play along with me. And I'll just give you a little count in coming after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, anytime you want to practice that against the backing tracks, just go to the toolbar to the right of the video screen and click on backing tracks, and you'll see there's 4 possible tracks you can use there. You can hear complete tracks with me, including me playing the tune over the backing, and you can hear those fast or slow. And then you can hear just the backing tracks without me playing the lead. That's for you to play along just with the bass, drums and rhythm guitar. And those two are available in fast and slow. Obviously you start with the slow one, and when that's too easy, move up to the fast one. You can also access the tab in printed form by clicking on the tab button on the toolbar. For now, I'll just leave you with the tab for the whole tune up on the screen. So I hope you'll enjoy that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.